Can your dog look away from the trigger? So I have pet parents who have come to me with dogs that, overreact to triggers in their neighborhood. And, I can understand that it can be frustrating, it can be embarrassing. But what do you do? Your dog is like barking and lunging. It could be that they're scared, or it could be that they're frustrated that they can't go meet that dog. And so, they just carry on and you're trying to drag your dog away. Do you have that problem too? Now, what are your dog's triggers? Is it possibly, like I mentioned, another dog? Or is it that darn squirrel down the street that lives in the tree in the neighborhood? Or, is it the wheels on a bicycle as they go by? Or a skateboarder? Or is it the loud, like garbage truck that comes through the neighborhood once a week? So, what are your dog's triggers? You know, put and share in the comments what kind of triggers do you have difficulties getting your dog to disengage from? So, this weekend, I did a couple of training sessions at the Costa Mesa Spring Bark Bash, and it was a lot of fun. But I had almost too many people that wanted to come into the training area. So I felt bad that I couldn't accommodate everyone in there. So I wanted to just kind of create this video because I have created a spot in my um, training center, on New Zenler, a course that has the handouts. Sorry, I was having a mind blank here. The handouts of the topics that I covered. But I also wanted to share a video of what I was training. So, people that couldn't actually join us, or for the people who did join us, that, they may need a little reminder of what we did to help them continue practicing. So, the first thing we worked on was teaching their dog a positive interrupter. So, in many cases in the beginning, what you're trying to do is just get your dog to, look away, move away, disengage from that trigger. And so, this is a great first step of trying to get your dog to move away. So, a positive interrupter could be a noise that you make, like a kissy noise, or a noise like this, or a word. And I was teaching the word "hey" in this training session this weekend. So any one of those, any one of those. And then what I moved them onto is once the dog was reliably, checking in with them when they, use that positive interrupter, then I wanted to see if the dog was able to just periodically check in with the human as they were moving around in a circle in the training center pen. Now, this was moving them pretty quickly because it was a 15-20 minute training session. But, just to give them an idea of what the next step is. So after using the positive interrupter to help their dog disengage, in the future, to see if a dog is able to make that connection that, when they see that trigger, you know what? I know I get good things, good rewards. So let's check in. Let's see if there's a good reward waiting for me. And so that becomes an automatic behavior, right? And hopefully, as you work with your dog, you can move past triggers and be closer to triggers on your walks. So, these are the small steps that you can do with your dog to help them disengage so you can have a more enjoyable walk. All right. So let me show you a quick video also of what I was showing them. Let me pause it for a second. Okay, so, the dog's looking at something that they can't keep their eyes off of. And she makes a noise or say hey, and the dog looks back at the human. And then eventually, as you keep practicing this, the dog will eventually see their trigger, and then they will start to look at you without you having to say, hey, or make the kissy noise. So this is a couple of times using the positive interrupter. And as you practice, try it out to see if the dog will disengage on their own, and then reward. And so that's what we were practicing in the session. Like I said, it was a quick run through. But, I have on my teaching platform for people who were not able to join us, and, for people who did join us but may want some reminders of what we did, I had the handouts. And now that I created this video, in this live video, I will be putting that in there so you can see a video demo of what, doing the positive interrupter and then waiting to see if they check in, waiting to see if you can get to that level. So I hope this tip was helpful. In regards to more help from me, I do have obviously programs where you can work with me. So I have private in-person options as well as in-person group classes in Costa Mesa area. So if you're interested in either one of those, you can always, hit me up on it and I can give you more details. So the next one that's coming up is my Rambunctious Pup Training Program. Yeah, it's called basically From the Rambunctious Pup to, Well-Mannered Pup. So I think I forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Linda Kwan, and I am the owner and trainer at Wow Bow Wow. Well, what I do is help the pet parents understand their dog so training becomes easier. What I help them do is, train a well-mannered and well-adjusted dog. So if you would like more help or are interested in continuing to work with me, then, DM me if you like. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and share both links, the links to the free handouts and video about the topics that I covered at this weekend's event. Oh, and the other topic I covered was about, chilling on the magic mat, helping your dog learn that they can relax. They can learn to relax, and giving them a spot or a bed where they associate that with actually being calm, being chill. So that was the second topic that I covered at this weekend's event. And the handouts for those are what I covered in that particular training session is also in that course that I created for after the fact. All right, so thank you for joining me for my Training Tip Tuesday, and I hope you found this helpful. And you know what? I'll see you next Tuesday.